Elon Musk, that guy. Well, he just voted Republican for the first time ever in a historical special election yesterday. Yeah, is this the beginning of the red wave? Or be cautious. Be cautious. Do not get complacent. And there's another thing. I mean, a bunch of things I want to go over here. But also how you should respond anytime somebody brings up the separation of church and state. Yeah, you're going to want to hear this one. That's right. We got this and so much more here to go over today on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
He doesn't wonder what it's like on the ground in Afghanistan. He's been there, serving our country and defending Lady Liberty.
Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Yeah. Vocal fry. What's up? My name is Joe Padula, host of the show. That's right. War veteran. Afghanistan. Kandahar. Yeah. Now I'm involved in a new war. The culture war. And guess what? You're serving with me on the front lines. Side by side, shoulder to shoulder. Or those in Afghanistan, shana bashana. Which means shoulder to shoulder. That's right. What's up, Bay?
Nothing much. Hot outside.
Yeah, hot outside. It's hot. No doubt about it. But, hey, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. We do got some great things to go over. And as we help arm you with information. That's right. You don't want to, YouTube will take that and be like, oh, look, he's arming them with information. That's right. I know you're sick and tired of things going to crap. I know you are. I am too. I know you're sick and tired of prices keep going up on items that you need. You know why that is, really. Policies that have been put in place to increase the price of diesel fuel, which all of these trucks that bring all of your stuff back and forth from plant manufacturer to distributor to store, right? All that's diesel, baby. Diesel. Through the roof. You're looking at $6 or $7 a gallon for diesel. And these truckers are like, listen, I got a family too. So guess what? My prices go up. So then they go, oh, our prices go up. And then the store goes, our prices go up. And then you're like, damn it. And then you go to gas up and you're like, why are these prices up? Well, supply and demand. Yep. And there's certain people in certain offices and administrations that said, we're gonna shut this down. They said it. We're gonna end fracking. We're gonna end the drilling. Blah blah blah. Don't ever believe any other lies. They said it live on the debate stage. We got William Davis checking in. What's up, William? How are you? Good to have you, brother. And he goes, sick and tired of being sick and tired and being sick and tired. Yes, absolutely.
What up?
How you doing, brother? Absolutely. Yeah, grab a seat. Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, grab a seat right there. We'll switch to the boom. Oh, yeah. Come on in. We already started live. We started a little bit early. But, yeah, grab that center seat. And Rugrats, grab some corner seats. A seat over there. You'll be able to see it all. All right. Just, yeah. Look at that, bang. Boom. All right. Yeah, no, you got to do what you got to do. Absolutely. So, all right. Well, let's get started. Let's get started here. All right. So, okay, bang. Before we do get into Elon Musk voting Republican for the first time ever in a historical special elections that took place last night. And, yeah, get it right up on that mic. Pull the mic. Yeah. Hey, let me unmute it. There we go. Hey, that'd be good for me, right? Boom. All right.
I forgot how much more velvety my voice sounds when it's closer to the mic.
How are you? All right? All is good?
Pretty good, yeah.
You no problems making it in?
No,
all right.
at all. Not at all.
Did you have to gas up? I'm sorry if you did.
Yeah, but I drive a Prius right now, so...
yeah, how much do you get with the Prius?
So I get about $4.50 a tank, 10-gallon tank, so
okay.
I average about 45 a gallon. and it used to cost me about $22 to fill up.
Yeah.
Now it's literally double. It's like 40, almost $50 to fill it up.
Really?
Yeah.
It cost me 50 to get half a tank today.
Yeah, but see, because I got so many kids.
The youths,
my
yeah.
own fault. Yeah,
How many kids?
I got 4 daughters.
Okay, 4 daughters. My father says he's got four daughters, and I got 3 sisters. It's very, very weird math.
I
but
don't know how I'd feel about that if I were you.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
But the minivan, the minivan is the real killer.
Oh, I bet.
Trying to go on a trip like that.
The minivan.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. All right, so Brad, let me just fill you in real quick. We are Brad Maher, everyone. Good to have you, brother.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Bada bing. All right, so the anyone ever brings up separation of church and state? Okay, have you heard this before in any discussions?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Charlie Kirk, I ran into this account, Charlie Kirk. Follow him on Twitter. He is the founder and president of the TP USA, okay? Also host of the Charlie Kirk Show. But the TP USA is Turning Point USA, and it's a student movement for freedom. So they go to all of the colleges, okay? And they go on these campuses that are definitely with a leftist bias, and they have conversations and interviews. And they're pretty intelligent people. So Charlie is having one of these question and answers with the crowd. There's some youths, there's some olds, whatever. And so this gets brought up. Let's go to the video on this one.
So recently I posted on my Instagram story, why do we say to pray for our schools and yet prayer isn't allowed inside the school? And I got a response saying because of separation between church and state.
Bingo, right? So that's what you always hear, right? Well, there's a separation of church and state. Well, check this out. Charlie nailed this one.
Plus, not everyone is a Christian. So my question for you guys is, how would you respond to that statement?
Yes, so you should respond, say, hey, interesting comment. Can you dig up the clause or the amendment where separation of church and state is in the Constitution? Just send it back to me. It's nowhere. It's a phrase that Thomas Jefferson used in a single letter to the Danbury Baptist Convention that is actually taken out of context. It was resurrected by the atheist secular movement in the 1960s and 70s by the Warren Court and the Burger Court to remove prayer in schools. The second thing you should send them the prayer that used to be in school. It was not a Jewish prayer. It was not a Christian prayer. And I'm paraphrasing, but you could look it up.
It was actually a Muslim prayer. They leave this part out. It started off with, look at our bug. Right.
Very simple. I thank God that I am here today, that I pray for my classmates and my country and for the well-being of others. I'm paraphrasing. It's a Unitarian prayer. It was not a Christian prayer. It wasn't a Muslim prayer. It was a Unitarian prayer. And it wasn't even mandatory. In fact, what it was trying to get students to take a pause and realize that there's a vertical relationship to their existence. So you should ask a question, hey, just wondering, should we remove mentions to God in our founding documents too? Because then they'll say, well, there is no mention to God. Well, then how would you say to ordain the blessings of liberty? Who are we ordaining it to exactly?
Ooh. Charlie Kirk's good.
Who is ordaining it?
Who is ordaining it?
Yeah.
Right, Brad.
Zeus?
Zeus.
How about the 4 mentions of God in the Declaration of Independence? Laws of nature and nature's God. We do swear this oath to each other and our Creator. And so we've been kind of hypnotized to believe in this lie of separation of church and state. What it does say, but it's miscategorized, is that Congress shall make no law. What are they talking about? Make no law having an official state religion, and also make no law abolishing religion or the church. It's inverted the exact opposite. So
yeah, I mean,
absolutely,
just nailed it. Charlie Kirk nailed it of Turning Point USA. And I agree with that. There should be no official, say one day, boom, hey, we have just been overrun by a group of amazing, wonderful Americans who are Muslim. Okay, sure, so be it. Would you want them saying, okay, well, your official religion is let's go with I don't know, Sharia law, right? I wouldn't like that.
So here's something a lot of people forget about, right?
What's that, Brad?
You got to remember the perspective of the people who wrote the Constitution,
Uh-huh.
who framed it. there were 13 independent colonies at the time, right? And they were not all of the same religion. You had Quakers and Shakers, you had Unitarians, you had Protestants, you had Anglicans, you had all these different types of people. You had people from, you had Dutch immigrants up in New Amsterdam, New York. You had English immigrants. You had folks from all over, right? And what they were most concerned about when they were trying to get all the 13 states together to resist the British as a single unified body, they needed to make allowance for these states to continue governing themselves as they saw fit. That's why we have a federal system. That's why the majority of the power is supposed to devolve to the lowest level.
That's right. I mean, look at our 10th and 14th Amendment. Hey, if there is no law
right
at the federal
then
level,
then it devolves to the states.
then the state. And then
there
if not at the state, at the local
There
level.
were several actually established religions of different states, different colonial states at the time. Massachusetts had an official religion. They were Puritan. I mean, some of these states had official religions recognized by their local governments.
Mm-hmm.
And what they were afraid of was that by joining this union of states, that they would be giving power to some greater federal government that would then come in and tell them how they had to worship, which is exactly why they left England to begin with.
Another thing we forget often is it is these states that created the federal government and not the other way around.
Not the other way around.
Right. Did you know, and this is interesting, I ran across this the other day. So Canada, okay, was asked to be the 14th state, okay, when everything was going down. And they're like, nah. But could you imagine if they said yeah instead of nah?
Well, didn't Benedict Arnold, wasn't there something involved with Benedict Arnold? And we thought about invading Canada.
I know.
General Greene and all. I don't know.
I know. Would have been something.
Anyway.
We would have had that. We would have had that
the
pipeline.
Prime Minister? Did you see Trudeau, Justin Trudeau?
Trudeau?
Yeah, Trudeau, talking about how Canadians, we have a long history of gun ownership in Canada. I can't do a Canadian accent, but these guys have a long history of responsible gun ownership. They can use them for going to the range. They can use them to hunt with. But what they don't have a right to, and he very explicitly said this publicly, I can't even imagine how that would play if it happened in the U.S. He said, Canadians do not have the right to use a gun for self-defense.
Yeah, isn't that something, right?
What?
This was 2 days ago,
Yeah, the Prime Minister of Canada got on public television and said, Canadians do not have a right. He said, you can't, it's not in our documents. It's not in our Constitution. You can't find it anywhere. Canadians don't have a right to use a weapon for use a gun for self-defense.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Wow.
Says the guy who's surrounded by, security with what for self-defense? Guns. All right.
That's great.
But yeah, I thought that would be. I thought that was interesting. What Charlie
The
was
final
saying.
thing is say, hey, hold on a second. Separation of church and state. Where were you trying to make sure the state wasn't getting in the church during COVID? Where were you trying to say that the state couldn't shut down the church with vaccine mandates, mask mandates, or lockdowns? It's like all of a sudden you're super worried about separation of church and say, oh, no. You want the state and the church, but you're worried that God might be mentioned in a state-run school. Maybe you're running a state-run religion, not worried that people might actually have some sort of prayer in our schools. That's how I would respond to that.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of these people, it is government is their religion, okay, and that's who they pray to. Oh, please, Lord government, give me money every month that I don't have to work for, and some rich person or middle class person will pay for.
One,
Lower class.
Wasn't James Madison somewhat instrumental in the crafting of our founding documents? And
Yeah,
I
Madison.
believe in one of these letters, since they're using Jefferson's letters, to talk about the separation of church and state, I believe Madison said something in one of his letters about how the whole system of government that we've developed is designed for a moral, virtuous, and religious people. And that if we don't have our virtue that's rooted in our religious underpinning, we're going to run it right off the rails.
All I know is Madison, 5th president, had a wife, Dolly Madison, and makes amazing ice cream. Amazing.
I just knew she saved a picture of George.
That's right. That's right.
That's all I remember.
That's right. When the British are like, we're going to burn this down. All right. So, yes, Elon Musk votes Republican for the first time in this historic special election. So, Bay, yesterday, okay, my future wife won an unthinkable election. She became the first Republican in a century and a half
Well, that's
150 years plus.
to win an election for the House of Representatives in South Texas.
You talk about comedian.
she has one very famous voter who casted his ballot for her.
Who was that?
Elon Musk, Tesla CEO, and soon perhaps if all goes according to his plan, also owner operator of Twitter.
And just to point out, even Elon still only gets one vote.
Right, that's right, just one vote.
Just saying.
Musk celebrated her victory Tuesday nights. Here, do you want to see what she looks like? There she is. How you doing? No, I'm already on. Follow at Joe Padula. So Myra Flores. Here's her Twitter, by the way, before we get into this. Just so you can see what she sounds like, see what she looks like.
To many, the border is about politics. But for me, it's about my life. I'm Myra Flores. I was born in Burgos, Tamaulipas, Mexico. Now I am living my American dream.
She is the first person to be born in Mexico and now a member of Congress.
Uh-oh. AOC's got a challenger.
And guess what? She's Republican. Right. How about that for diversity?
Oh, they ain't talking about
No,
nothing?
of course not.
This is my first time hearing of her.
Hey, do you know what party was the first black congressman with?
Fake Republican.
Damn right it was.
I wonder why, though.
You know what the first black senator in America party affiliation was? It was Republican. I'm just saying here. But let's go back to my future wife here.
But liberal policies from Washington are tearing our community apart. As the wife of a Border Patrol agent, I pray for his...
She's already married, Joe.
Wait.
Yeah, dude with the beard.
That guy?
And her dude is a Border Patrol agent, so back
It
it up.
didn't say that in Wikipedia.
Back it up.
Does it?
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Damn it!
Spouse.
Damn you, John Vallejo. Damn you. This is war.
Call Tommy, see if he can do something.
Yeah, Tommy, do you know John Vallejo?
safety now more than ever. I'm Myra Flores, and I approve this message because we must secure our borders and keep
Great, now I gotta
our family safe.
I gotta put on 40 pounds and grow a beard. Great.
Because we must secure our borders and keep our family safe.
Well,
Too many?
well, there you go. So that's what she looks like. That's what she sounds like. Don't worry about the husband. He's just a speed bump. But nonetheless,
You're going to get deported back to Newark if you keep talking like that.
I'll tell you what. I'll go to her hometown of Mexico. She's got a sister there. Sorry, kids. Sorry, kids.
That one's of age. She's 18.
My bad.
This
My
one's
bad.
old enough to hear it.
I'm just talking about like dancing and stuff, right?
I'm
Taking her to the
okay.
prom, right? So Musk, he said, that a massive red wave was coming for the Democrats in November. Quote, I voted for Myra Flores. First time I ever voted Republican. Massive red wave in 2022. That's what he said there. And I think his tweet is right there to confirm it. Boom. As we went over yesterday we did a little 2022 prediction and 2024 prediction and how to survive in the meantime.
Sure.
Okay. Again, don't get complacent, but this is the beginning of it. All right, as continue approval of this guy Joe Biden continues to drop. As we look at civics is fantastic. Brad, do you know civics much?
I don't.
You mean he ain't doing a good job?
Well,
Is it like a database?
see,
Sort of a-
civics is great. They use registered voters, mass numbers. You know how most polls are about 1,000 person poll. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Low
Well-
sample size, low reliability. Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Well, the way civics does it is, like currently on this Joe Biden job approval, is at 213,000 polled, okay, of registered voters. Not likely voters, these are registered voters. And it's got their information. And his disapproval rate is at 56%, 33% approval rates. 33. A historic number, never seen for a commander-in-chief at this time of their presidency. And here, and what I love about it, too, it does it by age, it does it by states, it does it by parties. Like, look, of course the Democrats, right? There's going to be a high approval. But look, even amongst Democrats, it's at 70% approval.
How far back does their data go? I'd like to see his numbers stacked up against some nobody president from the 1800s. Like,
I wish I could. I wish I could.
That'd be hilarious.
I don't think the internet was created
If he had
back
worse
then.
numbers than
Buchanan.
Garfield or Buchanan or something like that.
Well, this guy is the Buchanan.
Yeah.
And what happened right after Buchanan when Lincoln got elected? Civil War. But yeah, look, I mean, so Biden's approval rating was at 91% for Democrats.
Yep.
Right? 91. It gets started. It is at a 70% approval rating amongst
20
Democrats.
points.
Unbelievable.
In a year.
Right. But so you know how it is. Tribal. People really stick to their favorite baseball team. Except some are becoming, the Met fans are now becoming Yankee fans. But it's the independents that we got to look at. Let's go to the civics. Click on independent. This is where you will have your difference maker in elections. And we're talking about across the board, not just federal, but usually the way of how the presidential election or approvals are going is how your midterms are going to roll out. Amongst independents, a 21% approval, 66 disapprove.
That's crushing.
That is the difference maker. Because you know it's going to be on the Republicans, right? Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be, right, 96% disapproval, 2% approve. One of those people is Liz Cheney out of Wyoming. But it's
Mitt Romney's the other one.
That's right. It's the independent that is going to really make the difference when it comes to the elections. And that independent number of 21% approval. And you got 13% neither approve or disapprove.
And you know what a lot of that's going to run to, and I think you're going to see it play out in a lot of local politics as well. I'm running for an office right now too. We can talk about that later. But the point is, I think what you're going to see here is that a lot of these independents who may have voted Democrat, they might not be motivated to even come out and vote. A lot of Democrats might not even be motivated to come out and vote. I don't know. It's just, I see the people who are tribally affiliated, Republican, Democrat, hardcore, hardliners, they're going to come out and vote. But who's got the greater momentum there? And then the folks that were sitting on the fence, they're like, I really don't like this guy, but I don't like the options. Forget about it. I'm just going to watch a show today or something.
You know, I don't know. I think there's going to be some of those. But when it comes down to it, some are hurting now. And I hate to say it, more hurt is on the way.
Yeah, it is.
I thought that was more jobs. Ain't that what they saying?
Yeah, that's what he said. More jobs and least deficit ever. But retail and auto sales are down. Layoffs announced. A recession is in the works.
Yeah.
And they want to push electric cars.
Okay. Zero Hedge. They reported this morning on a number of stats that don't look good at all. May, the month of May, retail sales down amid record low consumer sentiment, crashing asset markets, and tumbling saving rates. It is no surprise that May retail sales were a disappointment. But the 0.3% plunge was remarkable relative to a 0.1% expected rise. They were expecting it to rise. It plunged.
Mm-hmm. And you saw what the Fed did today, right?
Yeah, they raised 0.75.
Yeah, when they had told everybody for the last 3 months that they were only going to do 0.5.
Right.
And then they did 0.75.
So the interest rates, 0.75, hasn't been like that since 94. Auto sales dropped 3.5% in May. Reinforcing data that from this is Ward's Automotive Group that showed sales dropped the most since August in the month. Meantime, spending at the gas stations rose 4%. And guess what with the gas on the price? People are now using the credit cards. Now they're using the credit cards. Savings are down. People's savings are down. And a recession looms. The control group used in the GDP calculation printed blank 0.0. Additionally, if things drop one more month in a row, that is officially a recession.
Yep.
It's gonna happen.
What is it? 2 quarters in a row is a recession.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course, you're going to hear the legacy media saying, hey, recession's a good thing. It's a reset. Right. It can only go up.
Well, I think their big narrative now is be happy about the high gas prices and the attack on fossil fuels because it's going to transition us to the green energy economy. Right?
Well, Bay and I were talking about this before we went live. So the big push for the electric cars. Okay, I'm sorry, I just don't have the $60,000.
Nope.
I don't have the $10,000 for the home charging station.
Nope.
I don't have the double the monthly bill for electricity for powering at home.
And I also want to ask you this. Do you have the lack of common sense to trade in a gas-burning vehicle for a vehicle that's recharges using electricity that's made by burning oil and coal?
Right.
Like,
I just don't have it.
Come on.
Believe you me, I am all for renewable energy if it works.
Yep.
Okay?
Nuclear power
Nuclear,
is the way to go.
The new nuclear. Also, these tidal, like waves.
Yeah.
Okay, tidal power plants.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, and it's all in the near
So
future.
the efficiency of the hydro, the tidal, and nuclear power plants. I had to do a whole thing on that in grad school, and nuclear is the way to go. You couldn't cover the whole state of Texas with solar panels and power the United States.
Right.
You just couldn't.
Just couldn't.
They're just not efficient enough.
And I'm okay with like if I could put solar panels on my roof and the whole bit, absolutely, I'm okay with that. You know, self-sufficient myself, no doubt. Cut down on my cost. Large scale though, industries, different story. But for the push for the vehicles, so this on the screen is Jennifer Granholm. She's the Secretary of Energy. She's the one that laughs when people interview her and say, why can't you guys help lower prices? How can we help lower prices? Right. Well, she's suggesting, of course, to go get electric vehicles. Again, I don't have the 60,000. I'm sure you don't, and everything else that we talked about. In a clip tweeted by the RNC yesterday, Granholm, she made a case for going electric to combat surging gas prices again. And here let's take a listen to what she had to say.
If you filled up your EV by charging and you filled up your gas tank with gasoline and you have the same size tank, you would save $60 per fill up by going electric rather than using gasoline. So it's a very compelling case. But again, to your point, we want to bring down the price at the point of purchase.
Yeah, I don't have that.
I'm telling you, Joe, the only thing that I can imagine allows these people to stand up there and say these things with a straight face is that they truly think the majority of us are just morons. They have so little respect for the intellect of the common person.
Do you know what the percentage of the U.S. is owner of electric car right now?
What, like maybe 7%?
2.
Okay. Well, at least it's single digits. I was in the single digits.
2.3% of America are the electric cars. Now, so she says this, right? And you go, why? What? Big push on electric. I get it. Well, she's worth about $8 million, by the way, according to Forbes. And she recently served also as a director on a board of an electric car company called Proterra.
Oh, so she got stacks.
Okay. Do you see what I'm saying here?
She's got some skin in that game.
Hey, but and notice they don't push the Teslas.
Yeah.
When this administration last summer had the electric vehicle summit at the White House, guess what they didn't invite?
Yeah, they called out Ford and all those guys,
right.
But they didn't say anything about Tesla.
They didn't invite Elon Musk or Tesla.
You know why?
Who has the most and sells the most electric cars in this country.
You know why.
Oh, we know why, Bang. Twitter knows why, too. Now, in May, she also exercised stock options in the company. Proterra, pocketing about $1.6 million from transaction. Yeah, that's according to an Energy Department spokesperson. According to Kelly Blue Book, The average cost of electric vehicle, $56,437, which is approximately $10,000 higher than the industry average, including electric and gas cars. So, yeah, just follow the money, always. These people, and I get it. Listen, you make a car that saves me money, I'm not talking about checkers. I'm playing chess here.
Right.
I got monthly electric bills to pay. Okay, I'm okay with getting it. You know, Brad, you bring up the Prius. That's a great option. It's a great here. This is an option.
This thing's a 2010 Prius. The primer, the clear coat's peeling off.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
It's got over 200,000 miles on it.
Does it really?
Still on the original battery pack.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And that's another thing with like these electric vehicles. Once that battery dies,
Oh, God.
that's it.
And you know, most of them are, heavy on lithium. Right?
Yeah.
And where does all that come from?
Where do we get that lithium from, Brad?
Gosh, let me think. Oh, one of the Afghanistan.
Afghanistan
Yeah.
and China.
And China.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So just saying. Yeah, so bad numbers, but hey, hang in there. All right? But this administration's also blaming the...
New blame game?
yeah, they're blaming the oil companies, Bay.
I thought it was Putin.
I thought it was Putin also.
I just saw that.
One of your commenters here, I think, has made a comment about what I said with covering the state of Texas with
Uh-huh.
solar panels. Elon Musk said he could power the world with about 1,500 acres of land full of solar panels. Those would have to be solar panels that are maybe like 310% efficient.
Well, I'll tell you, I saw this one thing, and if we should go to war, I say we go to war over the Sahara Desert. The amount of energy, if you want to go solar, that's
Yep.
where you go.
Yeah.
You go to the Sahara Desert. All right, let's listen to...
We are
she's out of her league, by the way.
Oh, man.
Okay, what's her name? Jean-Pierre? Yeah. Right. She's out of her league.
Is it bad to say that I miss
Saki?
Lucy?
Yeah, Peppermint Patty?
Yeah, Peppermint Patty, yeah.
calling on them to do the right thing, to be patriots here, and not to use the war as an excuse or as a reason to not.
The price has been going up. The price has doubled before Putin even stepped into any other country. For crying out loud.
not put out a production, to not do the capacity that is needed out there, so that the prices can come down. We are calling on them to do.
Yeah. I mean, Jester says, "What's up, Jester? How you doing?" Biden shut down the Keystone Pipeline the first day.
He got it off.
Okay. Weeks later. Okay. Anwar, Alaska. Do you know how much out of Anwar? Okay, would just provide this. I mean, Keystone is 900,000 barrels a day flowing into the U.S. from Alberta, Canada. All right? Anwar, you're talking about 1.1 million barrels coming in from Anwar, Alaska. Biden, what did he do? Pause all Anwar, Alaska, because of the caribou. The caribou!
Was it the caribou?
The caribou! Love reindeers. Right. And it's funny, I forget the title, but the leader of the Alberta province in Canada said if this was never shut down, it would have been completed 8 days ago. That pipeline would have been up and running today. Right. Instead, we're dealing with this. Texas, the fracking in Pennsylvania. And the fracking got such a bad name. Such a bad name. Why? Because they want us not to be energy independent. They want us to be globalists.
Yeah.
They don't want us to be self-sufficient. Yeah, I know.
And there's something about, didn't the Biden administration pull, they stopped issuing new permits for drilling and pumping on federal land?
Here's what happened with that one. So they give them these permits, and they tried blaming, like, listen, we got 3,000 permits, open permits.
But they no good.
The oil company looked at the land, okay, and they said, no, it's not worth it. There's not oil here. There's not enough oil here. To get to where you give us permission to drill, we won't make any money. Why would we do that? That's a bad business deal. And all the while, they're going, well, these evil oil companies. These evil oil companies, they hate them so much because they know if we are energy independent, we don't need the world.
Well, and it's a multi-pronged attack. I mean, they're attacking us, the consumers, trying to push us toward the EV type stuff. But if they can attack the oil companies and make them less profitable as well, it's a double-pronged attack on the entire fossil fuel industry.
Yeah. China would make so much bank off of the batteries that we have to buy of these cars. And,
absolutely.
And don't ever think that Biden and China are not connected. Where's Hunter?
Yeah.
Well, look at this. Looks like because of prices going up, too, you're going to see crime increase. Look what's happening in the Ohio Police Department. This is knucking futs. Ohio Police Department forced to cut back on patrols. Why? Gas price. Ohio Police Department is being forced to cut back on these patrols, okay, because of the nation's soaring gas prices. This is South Zanesville. I stayed there. I stayed in Zanesville, Ohio. It's a real shithole. It really is. Police chief over there, Mark Ross, shared the news during an interview today and said, we're not as visible as we normally want to be. We'd like to move around through our village and let people see us. Approximately 2,000 people live in South Zanesville. Yeah, I was in Zanesville, not South Zanesville. And the stationary patrol method is a response to cut costs despite increases in the department's budget. So, yeah, we're going to be over our budget if it continues, he went on to say. And you think this is just in Zanesville. This is going to be happening all around the country. Because budgets have been passed, and now they're on a fixed income, these cities and counties.
Well, and so are regular stores that project the cost of goods that they're going to purchase a quarter in advance,
That's right.
their inventory and things like that.
Such as supermarkets.
Yeah, supermarkets, exactly. And this filters down because it affects every aspect of the economy. Energy prices equals increase in transportation costs, shipping costs, everything.
There is a
Customer
business who's like, we're fed up with some of these state rules and laws. Caterpillar. You know Caterpillar, right? Mm-hmm. Construction. They also got a NASCAR, I think, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. When I played the video game, I used to use that one all the time.
They've got a company in San Diego. We flew out on a mission trip with the church a couple of weeks ago to Mexico. Stopped in San Diego, and there was a Caterpillar company there that, like solar drilling or something like that. It was an interesting little placard, but it was a Caterpillar company.
Okay.
Subsidiary. So they're into a lot of different things.
Well, they're moving their headquarters from Chicago to Texas. They're like, we're done. We're done. Texas. That's right. It's the latest big company moving its headquarters from crime-ridden Chicago to greener pastures in Tejas. That is also known as Texas. That's a quick shout-out to my girl there, Maya. Stupid husband.
Maybe they'll relocate to her district.
They got so it's Illinois' loss, but Texas' gain. But blue states are running out of the geese to lay golden eggs, is what they're saying. So yeah, they're done. Caterpillar's like, yeah. Just listen, they just taxes are too much. I'm sorry. It's a huge deal for Illinois. Caterpillar's is part of the state's identity too. So yeah, sorry.
What do they even have left up there now?
Crime.
Yeah.
They got the monopoly on crime up there.
Handgun homicides.
Mass shootings.
Yeah.
That you don't hear about. Yeah. But yeah, that's all right. It's unbelievable. Speaking of Texas, though, remember this?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh God, don't even get me started.
Remember this?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whipping, alleged whipping. Well, the Biden regime is going to punish the Border Patrol agents involved in that quote-unquote whipping incident with the illegal Haitians entering the U.S. 2 months after the same agents were cleared of wrongdoing.
Yep.
2 months ago, cleared of wrongdoing. Right. Didn't hear a word about it, but yeah, I don't know. This is just anti-American Marxist right here. Oh, my God. So, back in April, it was reported that the border agents who were accused of whipping Haitian migrants last year have been completely cleared of all charges. I remember doing that show. It was fantastic. I mean, if you want, I got the video right here. Where are you, video? No, that's Charlie Kirk. Here's the full video. You know, so you got your video evidence, okay, of what the hell happened. Even the guy that took the picture, you know, this famous picture, the photographer's like, what are you talking about whipping? He wasn't whipping. Right. This is a rein to help guide the horse.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But here, back to the video. Here they are, crossing illegally into the U.S., creating a crime. See? This rein is used to control the horse, whether go left or right or stay. The cowboy uses it to control the horse and calm the horse down.
You ever remember watching the old westerns when they'd be running really fast on their horse and they'd have the reins going side to side like that?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind
I
of
don't
Hollywood.
know. My daughter's the horse rider, not me.
So, yeah. Where is the exact moment of that picture? Da-da-da, da-da-da.
It's
Unreal. So, yeah. So, no whipping. Cleared of all charges. But they can't give it up. Isn't that crazy?
It says a lot about the relationship between the senior Biden administration officials and the senior people inside some of their own departments. Like, can you imagine being a senior executive inside, you know, the Border Patrol agency? You're part of this investigation. You go through the policy mandated requirements of the investigation, and these guys are cleared. And then your superiors come in and say, hey, for political reasons, we're going to throw you under the bus. Your investigation wasn't good enough. We don't trust your work.
The Border Patrol Union Chief, he sounds off on reports Biden will punish the agents involved in Whipgate. So, the president of the Border Patrol Union chapter in Del Rio, that sector, slammed the Biden administration after reports indicating that they found wrongdoing by agents accused of, yes, once quote-unquote whipping migrants in an interview with the Daily Caller. So, from the beginning, they had been convicted by the White House. Remember, just the next day, Kamala Harris comes out there, takes a pause from cackling, and says, "This is ridiculous. This is not who we are." Right. And then
In between talking about space. and
right,
time.
yeah, with the child actors.
Yeah.
So the National Border Patrol Council president for Del Rio sector, John Anfinson, it's a tough one, said that the charges will be for administrative violations rather than criminal misconduct.
violation of what?
Okay? Administration violations. They just had to get some type of victory on this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're far leftists. He was whipping. They need some punishment. Okay, fine. Administrative violations.
So that means what? They didn't check the right block on a form when they were filling out the incident report?
All right. Unbelievable. Yeah. So the horseback patrol, border patrol agents, we're seeing in those images, blah, blah, blah. We all know that, okay? Yep. So, yeah, there you go.
As guys who used to wear a uniform in service to our government, I feel sorry
Could you
for these
imagine?
guys.
Could you imagine?
I feel really
Could
bad
you
for these guys.
imagine?
Oh, man.
We need some term limits, by the way.
It should be.
Wow.
All right, Dianne Feinstein right there, right?
If the president's got them, why not? Why else?
I think it's time.
Is she the one that had
She had a
Trump said
stroke.
had a Chinese? No, didn't she? Trump said was
Uh-huh,
the one
she
that
had a
Chinese
driver.
spy for a driver for like 20 years. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. There she is with Kennedy. Here's the thing, all right? If you have a picture of you and JFK,
Yeah.
okay,
It's time to go.
I think it's time that you should retire.
He's not looking her in the eyes.
Oh, no?
I don't know.
He likes the jawline. He likes
Okay,
the jawline.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there she is. What's up, girl? How you doing? Oh, what up? How you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, no.
That's a good one.
That's pretty good. The Joe Biden 0 cents.
Shouldn't it be SE and SE though?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Babe, Jeff Hardy, wrestler. You know of him, right?
Yeah. Yeah. he did. Yeah.
You know they pulled guns on him.
Of course, he's a wrestler.
3 police officers drew their weapons on professional wrestler Jeff Hardy during a traffic stop. This was in Florida. So the police pulled over Hardy's Dodge Charger. Nice. On the freeway after seeing the vehicle swerving all over the road. He's been arrested before, huh?
Yeah.
According to police footage, and it's posted by TMZ, they appeared to shout instructions to Hardy, but upon approaching his vehicle, there was no visible response from him. After asking him a series of questions and putting him through a field sobriety test, police cuffed Hardy and arrested him for driving under the influence. I want to see them pull the guns. Let's see what we got.
1813, 1050. Just signal 14, fail to stop, I-95 northbound, just north of 54. For signal 12, we've received multiple calls on.
So, yeah, they received multiple calls. The officer proceeded to ask a series of questions, blah, blah, blah. Okay? The officer notified Hardy that they'd received several 911 calls on him and proceeded to ask him where he was coming from and what his destination was. I mean, and I love the cops, but you don't have to tell them all that. Mm-mm. You know what I mean? I love the cops. Don't get me wrong. I'll wear that thin blue line all day, but you don't have to tell them where you're going. You don't always have to give up information on where you're going. To be honest, that's nobody's business.
I'm a grown.
Yeah.
But in their defense, too, though, I mean, if you're driving so recklessly up I-95,
yes,
of all places,
listen,
that multiple people are calling in.
It will help your cause, okay? If you're driving like a jerk, you'll be like, listen, I'm heading to the hospital. I'm having some type of... I mean, don't lie. If this is what's really happening. Right, tell them. Be like, I'm not telling you my destination, but my heart's about to explode. But yeah, Hardy said that he was coming from North Carolina and going to North Carolina.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Step out of the car, sir.
Get out of the car, sir. Oh, boy. Jeff.
I mean, I know I-95 is confusing depending on where you are, but... Yeah.
Well, he also appeared to be confused when asked where his wallet was. And let's take a look.
I'm getting an update now. It looked like he was going to pull over. 1109, is the vehicle pulled over yet?
Yeah, they got the guns out, huh?
Sure do. Oh, he's not even in park yet.
Wait, so did the car just move?
Yeah.
1050.
Oh, no, he pulled over and didn't put it in park? Oh, yeah, because there's the brake lights. Brake lights go. Oh, come on, Jeff.
That dude's a hot mess right there.
1026 straight, 1050.
I got those guns pulled on him, huh? He was a good wrestler too. The Hardy Boys, Hardy Brothers, yeah. Top rope,
Hardy Boys. Yeah.
TLC matches.
Yeah.
Grew up on the Hardy Boys books,
Yeah.
and I don't think that's this guy.
Who was the other Hardy?
I think it's Matt.
Yeah, Matt Hardy. Yeah, Matt has some arrest issues too.
I think they both did at one point of time.
Did they pull him out? Yeah.
Okay, where are you coming from? North Carolina? And where is your final destination? So you're coming from North Carolina, going to North Carolina?
Oh,
I got you.
Jeff.
You have your driver's license on you? Is it in the car? Where is it at in the car? Yeah, where's your wallet located?
So he admitted to drinking shots of, any guesses?
Fireball.
You're going Fireball, Bay? What do you say, Brad? Shots of?
Tito's.
Tito's?
Nobody really
Whiskey.
does shots of Tito's.
Whiskey. He admitted to doing shots of whiskey.
You have a doctor's appointment for your head coming up. Do you mind if I ask what that's for?
When he was asked to keep his head still and follow the officer's pen, you know when they do that one? It looks like he stumbled forward and nearly fell. I want to say that part. Oh, I guess. Oh, here we go.
You a Jacksonville Jaguars fan? Come on.
Big Jaguars fan.
Well, I just saw the shirt.
Okay.
What I want you to do, just stand on the white line and face me.
He knows. The officer knows he's already arrested him. You know what I mean?
The test is already over. It was just a walk from here to there.
That's
Couldn't
it.
even do that. The rest of this is
Yeah.
just for.
This is
I call it
this is for
entertainment.
yeah. The rest is for TMZ.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what day it is?
Nope. There you go.
Yep. Stagger.
13th.
I mean, good for them though. Get them off the road.
Yeah,
would like
yeah.
to do,
Don't
I'm
drink
gonna
and
buy
drive.
together.
Whiskey.
Can you put them a little bit more together? Like this.
Do you know what time it is in this video?
What, 8?
9:54 a.m.
Thumbs down to your side.
Hard charger.
All right, we'll run with that. What I want you to do is look at the very tip of my pen with your eyes and your eyes only.
Oh,
okay?
is this the part?
Don't move your head for any portion of this exercise. You understand so far? All right, try and open your eyes. Oh.
Jay Mickelborg goes, Jack.
Very good.
They're having to hold him
Try
up
and
for his
open
own
your eyes
safety.
as much as you can. I'd like to see your pupils. You understand so far? All right, try and open your eyes. Oh.
Oh, there.
Very good. Try and open your eyes.
Why
as much-
even continue it at this
Yeah,
point?
nah.
You know?
Gone.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Also unfortunate. We got to get moving too.
Yeah. I got to get going. But next week, let's talk about the mission.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, Bay, 2 weeks ago, Brad went into Mexico.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Did you see Maya there? No.
No. We were south of San Diego, like Tecate, the place where the beer comes from.
Yeah.
Get the beer there.
And they went to build houses. Yeah. I can't wait.
Church mission. It was
I can't
great.
wait to hear about the cartel being, hey, where's our fee?
Yeah, no, we had good protection. We, I'm not sure how much extra it cost us, but we had a good relationship apparently with the local authorities. So it worked out well.
Good.
So, yeah,
Next-
we'll talk about it next week.
Next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
I'm in.
Right on.
Bay, you got anything before we get out of here?
No, I'm good.
Hey, thanks for allowing us to have a conversation, okay? And thanks for keep the comments coming. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit those stars. There's now this stars option that really helps us out, so appreciate that. And we'll see you next time on the Joe Padula Show, America's Party with a Purpose. Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely.
Non-stop Vegas action has arrived. Oak Grove Gaming is now open. Experience a whole lot of Vegas fun, minus the flight, at Oak Grove Gaming. Spin and win big on over 1,300 of the latest and greatest games. Indulge and eat like a king at our 4 fantastic restaurants. Live it up at the lively bars and lounges. Conveniently located off I-24, exit 86, across from Fort Campbell. Just a quick spin away. Plus, now you can reserve your room for when our luxurious 5-story hotel opens. For reservations and more exciting information, visit oakgrovegaming.com. That's oakgrovegaming.com. Oak Grove Racing, Gaming, and Hotel. So Vegas, so close.